Imagine for a moment that we are standing in front of a giant puzzle where several pieces are missing. We look at the empty spaces and we wonder why we cannot complete the picture. This puzzle represents our global effort to fix the climate and support those who are struggling the most. We often feel that the problem is too big or that we simply do not have the resources to solve it. But what if the resources are already there and they are just sitting in the wrong places? Most of us go through our daily lives thinking that money is a limited thing that must be guarded carefully. We see the world divided into those who have a lot and those who have very little. We are told that the systems we have are the only ones that can work. However, we are entering a time where we must look at the flow of global wealth with a new set of eyes. There is a massive amount of wealth concentrated in a very small number of hands. If we look at the few thousand richest people on Earth, we see a pool of capital that is almost impossible to imagine. Even a tiny percentage of this wealth could change the entire direction of our planet. The surface concept here is simple. It is about a fair contribution. We often talk about taxes as a burden, but we should think of them as a subscription fee for living in a stable and healthy world. When the most successful members of our global society contribute a small fraction of their wealth, it creates a massive fund that can be used for the common good. This is not about taking everything away. It is about a slight adjustment that brings balance back to the system. This leads us to a hidden assumption that many of us carry without even knowing it. We often assume that if we give money to large international organizations or distant governments, the money will simply disappear. We worry about waste and we worry about corruption. This fear often stops us from acting at all. We think that the path from a billionaire's bank account to a family in a developing nation is too long and too complicated. But this assumption is actually based on old ways of thinking. We now live in a digital age where we can send support directly to the people who need it. We do not need a middleman to manage every cent. We have the technology to bridge the gap between global wealth and local needs. The structural pattern we see emerging is one of direct empowerment. When people receive a small amount of regular income, it does not just help them buy food for a day. It changes how they think about the future. It provides a cushion that protects them from the unpredictable nature of our changing climate. Think about a farmer who deals with floods one year and droughts the next. Without any support, a single bad season can destroy everything they have. But with a small stable income, they can build a better roof or buy solar panels to power a pump. This is what we call resilience. It is the ability to stand strong when the world around you is changing. This pattern shows us that people are actually the best managers of their own lives. When they have the means, they invest in their own productivity and their own safety. This shifts our perspective from seeing people as victims of climate change to seeing them as active participants in their own recovery. Now let us reframe this idea. Instead of seeing a tax on wealth as a punishment, we can see it as a global insurance policy. It is a way to ensure that no matter where you are born, you have a basic level of safety. In some countries, this money could be used to make sure that no one has to work outside when the heat becomes dangerous. It could be a trade. Governments receive support for their citizens, and in exchange they commit to strong actions that protect the environment. This creates a cycle of trust and progress. In our daily lives, we can start to demand this kind of fairness. We can speak up and ask why the current system allows so much to be held by so few while so many are at risk. We can support policies that favor direct support over complicated bureaucracy. We can recognize that our own security is tied to the security of people on the other side of the world. When a family in a distant land can afford a solar panel, it means they are not cutting down trees for fuel. It means they are part of the solution. This is a journey of connection. We are moving away from a world of isolated problems toward a world of shared solutions. We have the tools and we have the money. The only thing we are missing is the collective will to move those pieces into place. We must stop waiting for a perfect moment and start using the systems we already have. It is an urgent task, but it is also a very possible one. It is a path toward justice that benefits everyone in the long run. We should think about the kind of world we want to leave behind. A world where wealth serves life rather than just sitting in a vault. This is a quiet revolution of the heart and the wallet. It starts with the realization that we are all in this together. If we can find the courage to ask for this change, we can finally complete the puzzle of our global future. If we have the technology to move billions of dollars in a second, why are we still waiting to move that support to the people who are holding our planet together?